Electric car sales data has just been released for the month of April in China, and it shows, as expected, an enormous slowdown in electric vehicle deliveries for the month. Now, who has been hit hardest? Who has handled this the best? Well, I can't say for sure because BYD is always late to the party when it comes to reporting sales. But here are the winners and losers in what's been a terrible month for Chinese vehicle sales. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. It's great to have you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. In April, GAIC Aion sold 10,212 vehicles, or they delivered 10,212 vehicles. That was down 50% from March, but it was actually up 23% from last year, which is incredible. It's actually incredible the fact that GAIC delivered 20,100 electric cars in March this year, because that was nearly triple what they delivered last year in that same month. So you can see they've been massively affected this month. They probably would have delivered around 21,000 EVs this month. Clearly, they've lost out big time. Their sales deliveries have been halved versus what they were last month. So that's pretty disappointing for GAIC Aion. Leap Motor delivered 9,087 vehicles in April. That's down 10% from March. However, it's still an incredible 230% gain over the same month last year. So they're only down 10% from March, which is a small figure, and they're up 230% from their same month last year. Leap Motor clearly was not affected much by the shutdowns in Shanghai and, well, shutdown all over China, really. So well done to Leap Motor. Those delivery figures are amazing. 9,087 deliveries versus last year, 2,770. I'm going to put some links in the description below to the videos I've made about Leap Motor. I've made some videos about them predicting that they would be successful, really just because of how good their cars are for the price. So check those out if you're interested in that company. By the way, yes, they are selling their cars in Europe, hopefully everywhere else as well. Next up, Nita. Nita delivered 8,813 electric cars in April. That's down only 27% from March. However, it's actually up 240% from the same exact month last year. So you can see Nita was definitely affected, but not as much as, well, in fact, nowhere near as much as GAIC Aion was affected. If you don't know anything about Nita, well, they make, in my view, the world's best value electric cars. I would put BYD in second place behind them. GAIC Aion's vehicles for the price are absolutely astounding. You haven't seen my videos about them, you need to check them out. I'll put some links in the description below to my videos about Nita's electric cars. By the way, it's been announced they are coming to Thailand. What does that mean? Well, right-hand drive. Yes, Australians. Yes, all you other people who are unfortunately living in countries where, not unfortunately living in that country, but unfortunate that that country chose to go right-hand drive. Anyway, that includes places like South Africa, the UK, Japan, etc., etc. But that's the good news. Nita going right-hand drive with their EVs for Thailand. Therefore, we might actually get them here as well. Next up, Xpeng. Xpeng delivered 9,000 vehicles in April. That's down 42% from March. It's actually a pretty good increase from what they did last April. Now, April of 2021, Xpeng delivered 5,147 electric cars. So this month, getting to 9,000, in spite of being, well, having some significant issues around being able to simply build their cars, they've done pretty well, you got to say, in the face of it. However, in comparison to their deliveries in March, well, the free fall is astounding. 15,400 deliveries in March. April drops down to 9,000. I personally expect to see deliveries in May for Xpeng closer to 15,000. And then I would say April. And then I'd say probably by the time we get to October, November, Xpeng will be delivering around about 25,000 to 30,000 electric vehicles per month. That's my prediction. What about Li Auto? Now, personally, I couldn't care less about Li Auto. Why? I know people love them. I don't know why, but they make plug-in hybrids, which don't really interest me all that much. They don't make any electric cars at all. Well, they do make plug-in hybrids. That's good, but no pure electric cars. But there's a lot of interest in the company, so I'll tell you what their numbers are. Li Auto delivered 4,167 vehicles in April. That's down 62% from March. And in fact, it's actually down 25% from the same month last year. So April last year, the company delivered 5,539 vehicles. This year, 4,167. And as you can see, March deliveries 11,000. This month, 4,000. Enormous drop. Li Auto has clearly been massively affected. In fact, they've been massacred in April of this year. What about NIO? Well, yes, personally, I'm a big fan of NIO. I like Xpeng a little bit more, but I'm definitely a fan of NIO, and I do hold some shares in NIO. By the way, the price right now is unbelievable. If you've got the ability to buy, put some money into NIO shares. Well, I've been doing that. I suggest you do also. Australians, you don't do it, because don't take any advice from me. I'm not allowed to give you advice. NIO deliveries, 5,074. That's down 49% from March, and it's down 30% from the same month last year when they delivered 7,100 electric cars. As you can see, NIO has also been very hard hit by this COVID lockdown, COVID zero scenario going on in China. However, the company who's actually done the best, even though the deliveries weren't all that high this month, is actually Zeekr. Zeekr is Geely's electric-only car brand, and they make probably my favorite EV. It's not currently available in Australia, unfortunately, but I believe it will be available within the next 24 months in lots of different countries worldwide. Zeekr delivered 2,137 vehicles in April. That was an increase of 19% from March. We can't compare it to the same month last year because they didn't exist this time last year. But we do know that Zeekr's prices increased dramatically about a month ago. So the fact that they've been able to actually not only maintain sales, but actually increase their deliveries versus March, I think is quite an achievement. If you haven't seen my video on the Zeekr 001, you need to check it out. It's one of the coolest EVs, especially in China for the money. It's amazing. I love it. For me, it's the car that I want. I would love a Tesla Model Y. I'd love a Ioniq 5. But actually, honestly, if I could choose, I'd get the Zeekr 001. It's that good. I'll put a link in the description below. And one of the reasons that I think we're going to see some significant improvement in the stock prices of a number of different companies in China, including Alibaba. I know that sounds crazy. Xpeng, NIO, BYD, and CATL in China is because the Chinese government have said they're going to make a big effort to support their stock market and to end their crackdown on tech giants amid economic slowdown in China. So personally, I say there's good news for the economy. I am still definitely concerned about China's COVID zero policy. I think that's madness, absolutely insane. They're never going to be able to eliminate COVID from China permanently. The fact that they plan to do so, to be honest, I cannot understand that. It's just crazy. This could happen again. The reality is this could happen again in China. You don't know. Right now, it's definitely risky investing in these stocks. I mean, I'm prepared to take that risk. But I have to say, I have to call it out. It is most certainly risky because the Chinese government's zero COVID policy, in my view, is diabolical. It makes no sense. The cat is out of the bag. COVID is out in every single country in the world, in the millions, probably in the billions by now. For the Chinese government to legitimately think they can just somehow eliminate it from China, who knows what they're thinking there. That to me is just crazy. We have to learn to live with it. We have to learn to get on with our lives. And all these car companies and all these battery companies and all the industry needs to just learn to deal with it and move on. And China has to accept that at some point. They will at some point, in my view, realize that. Who knows when that is? Will happen eventually, but who knows how much damage could potentially be done to these electric vehicle companies, to the battery industry, to the entire Chinese economy before the Chinese government wakes up and realizes, this is a fool's errand. It is not going to work. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? How much damage do you think this will do to the Chinese economy? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.